Hello, everybody. How are you today? This week we're going to talk a little bit about shopping wisely. Today we are shopping different ways. We are taking care of purchases a little bit differently than we typically would do. But still, shopping is something that we all do, and it's a very important thing to kind of focus on and kind of take a look at. So, to kind of start, we're going to think about, maybe you're out shopping for a new DVD player and you want to know, hey, what's the best brand for me to buy? Maybe you're wondering sometimes, is it cheaper to buy a store brand ice cream compared to something else? Or maybe your favorite brand of ice cream is on sale. What's the best kind of purchase to be able to make for that decision? We all want to be able to stretch our money as far as it's going to be able to go. But being that wise consumer that we all strive to be requires the right information. It does require practice, and it does require us to really kind of think about different ways that we can purchase things, alternatives to purchasing them, and practice those different techniques for finding the best price on the product that we really want to buy. We spend our money in so many ways, whether it's through grocery shopping, personal shopping, or we're buying personal items for ourselves, from small purchases to big purchases. We really want to try to make the best decisions and have the right information to really be a good, wise consumer, or a person that's going to be purchasing a different items from different stores. So that's going to kind of be a little bit of our focus. So the first thing we're going to talk a little bit about today is comparison shopping. What exactly is comparison shopping, and what does that really mean? Well, comparison shopping is when we're taking a look at different products and their prices to find out what that best purchase or that best deal is going to be for us. We're taking a look at maybe a name brand item or a generic item, where we're going to buy it from. It's really stopping to think about where we can get an item from and the brand name that we can get, whether it's a brand name or not, and really deciding what's the best option for me at this time. It's worth that time and effort to really make your dollar stretch as far as it can, to really make your money go as far as you're able to get it to go, and really use your money in the right successful way. So we're going to talk about a couple of different names or terms or things that we have to kind of look at when we're shopping. One of those is name brand, or a brand name, and this is the name of a product, or it's a recognizable name. It's a very common name that we are used to. So maybe when we're out shopping, we see peanut butter. Well, we have like Skippy peanut butter, or Jif peanut butter, or Peter Pan peanut butter. Or instead of buying, those would be the brand name, instead of buying like the Great Value, which is Walmart, or the Hy-Vee brand, or something like that. The brand name is something that we are familiar with, and we hear that name that comes out a lot. Like toilet paper, we have Charmin toilet paper, Scott toilet paper. Those are things that we see a lot in those commercials, and those are those brand names of different items and products that we might be purchasing. Now we have those brand names of those things that we see, and then we also have a generic brand. This is a product that doesn't really have that brand name on its package. A lot of times when you're out purchasing something, if you buy the generic brand, you're going to save money because you are buying that item, but you're not buying it from that brand name company or that brand name supply. Sometimes when we look at those generic things, the shopper doesn't have to pay for the extra cost of marketing. So when we buy something that is a Great Value or a Walmart brand, we don't see that in the commercials. But if we're going in there and we're buying that Charmin toilet paper, well, Charmin is also paying for that advertising for that name too. So sometimes the generic brand is a little bit cheaper, and we don't have to spend as much money as compared to those name brand products. Another thing to be aware of, or another word, is called a discount store. There are many kinds of discount stores that are out there. We have like our Walmart is kind of, considered a discount store compared to other larger stores. But like if you think about a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree, they're more of a discount store where you can get the same items, but they're given to you at a lower price or a better deal for what you're purchasing. And then we have stuff that's called like a thrift store. So maybe if you're looking for some personal items like a new bag or a new jacket or something like that, or even new decorations like for your home or something that you want to buy that's more of a personal thing, you can maybe go to a thrift store. These are stores that sells what we call second-hand or used materials. This would be like the Civic Council. Here in Vermilion would be like New to You. Other stores that we see in other surrounding towns would be like a Goodwill. So there are items that maybe somebody has already had, and then now we can use them again. For people like within our families, that would be kind of like a hand-me-down maybe, if you've heard that term before. But they're selling items that are still of very good quality just because somebody else isn't using it at that time. It's still something that has good quality and lots of use left for that item. So being that consumer shopper and knowing some of these different terms about a name brand or generic brand or going to a bargain store or a discount store or a thrift store, we really start to realize that being a consumer takes a lot of decision-making skills. When we are trying to make different purchases, we have to make some different decisions. These decisions are going to help us to make a good decision and know how we should be able to get that shopping accomplished. So when we think about being that wise shopper, we have to really think about, well, what do I want? What quality of that item do I want? The big question, how much do I want to spend? And where will I shop for that item? The quality of an item that we're getting, do we want a low level quality? Do we want it to be a medium level? Or do we really need to have that high end quality where we're spending a lot more money for that item? The quantity, how much? How much can we afford? How much should we be getting of this item? These are things that we have to consider and think about when we're buying something. So, like, for example, if you want to pay attention to the quality as well as how much you should be buying, let's say that you're going to go buy a pair of jeans that you do want to last you for a really long time. Okay, so what should you do? Sometimes waiting for a sale is worth that time. If we can buy a pair of jeans for $25 today, but if I wait a little bit, I might be able to get that on sale for like $18, so I could save some money. So there's prices that we are wanting for an item if we maybe have to wait, thinking about the timing. Should I wait for it to be on sale? Do I have enough money to buy that right now? Thinking about the timing of that purchase is also very important. Maybe you have to think about where. Where are you going to purchase these pair of jeans, or where would you get that item? Prices for that same item can maybe be different in different stores, different locations, even some different locations compared to Vermilion, to maybe Sioux Falls, or to even Sioux City. So maybe what you're buying here in Vermilion might be a little bit cheaper than if you were to go to Sioux Falls. You also have to think about that location. In Vermilion, you don't have to drive very far. But if you go to Sioux Falls, you have to plan the expense of getting that trip to Sioux Falls. So think about the location. Maybe in Sioux Falls it is cheaper. So is it worth making that trip to drive to Sioux Falls to save the money on the item that you are really wanting? Another thing to think about is the type of store, like we talked about. Do you go to a discount store? Do you go to a thrift store? Where you're going to purchase that, whether it's going to be name brand, have a specific brand name to those jeans, or can you get more of a generic style of jeans that could be the same quality, just not the same name that's on those pants. You might also have to think about the season of the year. If a pair of jeans, if we're still doing the jeans, is something that you need right now, things are getting cooler, the weather is cooler, we might not want to be wearing shorts or capris or anything. We might need to make sure that we have pants, a pair of jeans. If you can wait a little bit, depending on the season, maybe you can get them on sale. Maybe there'll be more of an option of what to buy, and then they might be a little bit cheaper then too. So you had to really think about different things. You know, the price, the benefits, like, are you going to travel? Are you going to stay here? There's lots of things that you need to problem solve to make those decisions. You need to be able to take all of those items and make an informed buying decision. You need to think about, is this worth what I want to get right now? Going to a department store, going to a discount store or a thrift store. Maybe there's yard sales. Should I hit up a yard sale? Do I order online if that's something that I've done before too? So thinking about the quality of the item, the quantity, how much you want, the timing of when you're buying it. Is this something that you know has a good, will they last me a long time? Maybe we also have to think about a personal item. If you have to buy some shampoo and you have a coupon, do you get something that's going to cost you a lot more money? Or do you try something out that you have a coupon for? You can save some money and stretch your dollar a little bit more to either maybe spend on something else, save up to buy something else, or use for things that you absolutely need. Food, groceries, things like that. There's lots of decisions to make when you're going out shopping. There's lots of problem solving to do. Each of us has to think about what's the best choice for us. We have to think about what we need, when we need it, and if it's a need or a want. Once we make those decisions based on our own personal choice, that can help you with working through that decision-making process. What I might need at this time might not be the same thing of what you need at this time. Or if there's a personal item that you need, I might not need it now either. So you have to really think about what's the best choice for you and really work out all of those different options. So something that I really would like you to do is to think about any kind of purchases that you've made recently. Maybe we'll kind of think about some major purchases. Were there any big purchases that you've had to make within, I don't even know, the last 6 months or the last year? Have you really been satisfied with the price that you paid and the quality of the item that you got? I want you to think about that. For a few of you when we meet up this week, we'll kind of talk a little bit about that. The major purchases that you've purchased, are you happy with what you've gotten? Do you have any purchasing mistakes? There's lots of things that have happened to where we've bought something and maybe it was the wrong item. We bought something and it wasn't the right size. Maybe we thought something was coming as a shelf that we buy and it's going to be a nice big shelf to hold things, and when we get it, it's a lot smaller than what we were thinking originally. Have you had any purchasing mistakes? I'd like for you to share some of your stories with me as we kind of meet up throughout the week. And along with those purchasing mistakes, have you learned anything from them? You know, we all have items in our closets and in our house and in our rooms and stuff that we thought were going to be really good buys. Maybe they weren't. Maybe there's something that you have in your closet or at your house that you weren't really sure about, but it ended up being a great purchase. I want to hear about those too. What are some of the things that you do to make you a good consumer, that you are doing to shop wisely? I want you to think about those questions, talk with them about somebody at home, talk with them about me as we meet this week, and I want to really know what are some of the reasons that we make those decisions. What helps you to become a good consumer? What helps you to shop wisely? I hope you all have a great week, and I will talk to you all soon. Enjoy the nice weather this week, and we'll see you later. Bye.